this, Vishnu. Of course, right now, getting flights out of Afghanistan and out of Kabul must be becoming quite challenging, because until yesterday we were reporting that the Indian government was asking our civilians, our citizens to come out of Afghanistan, but within 24 hours the entire situation seems to have changed so much. What can you tell us
Sarah,
about this last flight?
What we are trying to do right now is track this particular flight. Let's just zoom in over here if we can. AI 244, that's a flight between Kabul and Delhi. This is flight radar 24, and right now AI 244 is right near the runway of Kabul International Airport over here. It was scheduled to depart much earlier, 4:15 p.m. local time. That's delayed by about 3 hours. It has 126 passengers on board, so not chock-a-block full, but it could well end up being the very last Air India scheduled flight. There is now, in the last 5 minutes, I have been told, a flight scheduled for 8:50 a.m. tomorrow. However, it is unclear at this juncture whether that flight will operate. It really depends on the situation in Kabul between now and tomorrow morning. But this is a flight we've been watching very carefully, because as AI 243, when it came to land in Kabul, it was actually made to circle overhead for more than an hour, and it finally landed. It was an empty flight going in. It's meant to actually bring Indian nationals and whoever has managed to get a ticket and have a visa to India to actually board it. So it's been actually waiting over here for the last 15 minutes. There are other aircraft and a lot of military aircraft in this particular area who are not visible on flight radar 24. So we want this plane to get onto this runway and to take off as soon as possible. It's an approximately 1 hour 50-minute flight between Kabul and Indira Gandhi International Airport. So the expectation is that this flight will reach later on this evening. But there is, and I want to repeat this because it's evolving news, and there is a scheduled Air India flight at 8:50 a.m. tomorrow that's not been cancelled as yet, but they say they need to evaluate the situation very closely. So this is changing now. It may not end up being the very last Air India flight. Let's hope more flights can actually get in.